Hey guys, I just wanted to shoot a quick little video of a quick reading and small little exploration on the section in Matthew chapter 6, which is the section we commonly know as the Lord's Prayer. If you're anything like me, the part that sticks in your mind the most about the Lord's Prayer was the Green Goblin breaking into Aunt May's room in Spider-Man 1, distracting her as she was praying to God. And that's actually how I memorized it, which is funny. So I have it memorized in the King James, which, I don't know. I read Holman Christian Standard Bible, which is slightly broken. I think it's a good translation. I haven't seen any heresy yet. So, big recommend. So, we're starting in Matthew 6, verse 5. And this kind of goes along with a couple of lessons that Jesus is teaching. This is during the Sermon on the Mount, famous group of teachings that he gave, which are probably teachings that he's made in to these different villages or whatever that he had been traveling to. So this is just kind of like the part of the center, and he's going over different topics and things like that, and there's a little bit of a contrast that he's going to explore here about other people who pray versus how you should pray, and that comes because this is a big group of teachings, and that's in that areas where he explores this prayer. So at verse 5 he says, "Whenever you pray, you must not be like the hypocrites." He's talking about the Jewish religious leaders at the time. Kind of like, in our culture, you see a Christian person and they ain't acting right, and you're kind of like, well, you talk all about being nice to people and this is how you treat people, huh? That's kind of hypocritical. Kind of like that. Because they love to pray standing in the synagogues, church, and on the street corners to be seen by people. I assure you, they've got their reward, the praise of men. But when you go pray, go into your private room, shut your door, and pray to your Father who is in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you. When you pray, don't babble like the idolaters, or some translations will say pagans. He's basically meaning this was a Roman culture. They would worship Roman gods, Greek gods, and stuff like that. And a lot of times in that culture, they believed that the gods were volatile, and they had to just yammer at them all day because it's like they took convincing. That was sort of the perception with these other gods. So if you read classic literature from that time period, the prayers offered to those gods last forever. Very interesting stuff. Don't babble like the idolaters, since they imagine they'll be heard for their many words. Don't be like them, because your Father knows the things you need before you ask him.